the weather outside couldn't be better. They've opened the roof and the retractable windows on the sides, and it's time for football at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Tennessee Titans. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that one into the end zone for an opening touchback. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4 at the 31.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. Rivers going to give this one to Taylor. And some room to work. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore, and he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Justin Houston in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for second and 23. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A 5-yard pickup on
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Derrick Henry. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
2nd and 5.
And 5.
He's got Smith here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
24-yard gain on the play. 1st down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Titans have made this a one-score game. And his kick is no good. It's an early miss. We'll see if that has any ramifications later here as the afternoon wears on. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this one will not be handled. It's into the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
10 at the 35-yard line.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Back to Taylor on 1st down. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Yeah, he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
On 3rd down, Rivers looking for Campbell, and that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Harris Campbell, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this one complete to Smith. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 29.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith.
Complete.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And the
now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
24 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people worry about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
2nd and 10. A shotgun handoff to Henry. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. It's caught. Smith. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 13-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Jonnu Smith hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are able to make this a close game again. And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Get off the field.
And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A huge play that time for the Colts. 41 yards.
34-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
It's on the pickup.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow.
Got a man, it's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown. Michael Pittman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Makes the score Colts 27, Titans 12. Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will make it into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He finds Corey Davis. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A big play that time for the Titans. 49 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll get this one complete to Davis. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Complete to Corey Davis. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Colts' 25-yard line.
4 yards remain for 2nd down. Running from the gun with Henry. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
That's out to the left and complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here.
4th down.
Eluding, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Give the sack to Kamoko Toure. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized, you know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. 2nd and 8. Now a give to Taylor. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
At the 44.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Rivers on the money, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Another Colts first down.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 more there and another first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Taylor. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts add on to their lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He completes it to Henry. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
This is fielded at the 27. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second.
On second down now. It's Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On third down, Taylor. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here comes Humphries on the return. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. Now this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned.
And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. And that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Tackle made by Harold Landry.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Dory Jackson right there, step for step in coverage. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. That's going to be caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
3-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20. And they are going to bring this one back. A fumble return touchdown for the Titans. So hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly.
Kevin Byard up to make the tackle.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The 30-yard line.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
First down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Complete. Smith has it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Complete.
That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
2 yards.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
2nd and 11. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans have made this a 1-score game. Now the Titans leaving the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back at the 10. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the 1st down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. From the 41, Rivers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
They go play action. Rivers. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
Circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Rivers now to throw on first down. Flushed out right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time. And it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play that time for the Titans. 55 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Out of bounds.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Again to Henry. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he's got some space here. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown.
Tennessee.
Derrick Henry. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
That ties the game.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And the offense does cover this one, but back inside their own 5-yard line. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rivers. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. And he missed it again. The 4th time now in this game alone, and that has to be great cause for concern over on that sideline. And this carries into the end zone. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they have to try and move past that pick 6 because now they're dealing with a 4th quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Jonathan Taylor.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Taken down back at the 42.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That third down conversion good for 23.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
Incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Throwing again, Rivers on 2nd and 10. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Well, hey, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get...
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And that's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
On 3rd down, Taylor. And he's taken down inside the 30. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Rivers to throw. He's got Jack Doyle. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5. They run once more with Taylor. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the foot. And he's in for the touchdown, and barring a miracle, the extra point can win this football game.
Well, that's the one they had to have. put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right, just one more element to complete the victory. A very important extra point there, up and good, and that might be enough to win them the football game as they now take the lead in the final seconds. And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking two plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and that'll bring up second down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line.